This case is hard to hear and even harder to imagine. A mother in Minnesota has shared the terrifying moment she saw with her 5-year-old son taken away by the ICE agents. Her son's name is Liam Conejo Ramos. Well, on January 20th, Liam coming from preschool with his father, and they were reached out by the ICE agents to their home, and immigration officers stopped them right there. Liam's mother, Erica Ramos, was inside the house. She watched everything from the window. And you know what happens next? She says her husband begged her not to come outside. He was so afraid that she would also be arrested. Erica says she froze with the fear. Then something heartbreaking happened. The officers noticed that at the window, they took Liam out of the car and brought him in front of the door. They knocked again and again, and Liam kept crying and said, "Mommy, open the door." Well, that poor kid was so terrified. Erica says that she was shaking. She was scared if she opened the door, she would be taken away as well, and her other children would be left alone. Well, let me tell you, she's also pregnant. When she did not open the door, the officers took Liam to the ICE van. She said it felt like they were using the child to force her outside, basically using her kid to force her to come out. She also called it as the worst moment of her life. Well, the Department of Homeland Security tells a very different story. They say Liam's father ran away from officers, leaving the child behind, and they say that officers stayed with the kid for his safety and tried many times to return him to his mother. They also say Erica refused to take the custody of her son, almost the flip side of the story. Well, Erica strongly denies this claim. She says her husband never abandoned their children, not even for a second. After the arrest, both Liam and his father were moved to Minnesota to Texas, and they were held at the immigration center in Dilley. Erica says her son became sick when in the detention. Then it's a famous news that the child is unwell. He had stomach pain, diarrhea, and not given the medicines. The government says that doctor checked Liam and found no health problem, and they say medical care was also provided. This case caused anger across the country after a photo of Liam wearing a blue hat and a backpack went viral. Many people accused immigration officers of using a child as bait. Well, a federal judge later stepped in for the kids and his parents' rescue. Let me tell you, he ordered Liam and his father must be released. His words were strong. He said cruelty has no place for the rule in the law. Well, a Democratic lawmaker visited Liam and said that the boy is loved by his family, school, and community, and for now, the court has blocked Liam from being deported. Erica has a simple request related to all of the case that happened. Give my son back, give my family back. And the story has raised painful questions about fear, about ICE, and about the use of power. And especially about what happens when a child is caught in the middle of the immigration enforcement. What do you think? What would you have done in our place? Tell us what you think in the comments.